We are
Yo, yo,
live.
yo. This is his fault. He did it.
George.
Yeah, you want to roll that clip?
Yeah. Let's roll the clip. Find Discord here. I'll pull up the link. We're going to share screen. Let me pull this over here. Okay. See how that's looking. It should look good in this.
Looks
Yes.
good to me.
Ha. There we go.
Go ahead and
Okay.
play it.
We're in the in OBS it looks sometimes weird, but we're in there. We can see the reaction. All right, let's see what George has got to say.
We got an issue in America. Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Shame. Shame. I'm really sad. That really makes me sad. Our camera's cut out too. This is
That's
such
fine.
a bad setup. Let me
Okay,
one
we're
second.
off
If
the
you're a single
screen
mother
now.
with two
Oh my
children,
God, what's going on? He's hacked the systems. I gotta switch this back. He's hacking.
If you're a
Oh,
mother with
okay.
two children,
Oh, that was scary. He got into my
yeah,
system there. He got
that's the thing.
was using the
That's the thing,
CIA.
dude. Yeah. So basically, that was him saying that you know what OBGYN is?
Yeah, that's like a woman's lady parts doctor, you know?
Yeah. So too many doctors aren't able to practice their love with women all over this country. The OBGYNs can't practice their love.
And did you hear he even said that the dogs were going out of business?
Yeah.
That's pretty sad.
Yep. Too many dogs going out of business.
I hate it when that happens. I don't even think like even today, they still can't legally practice their love. They can practice, but
There's a couple states where they can practice their love, or at least it's not illegal. But the thing is that a lot of people talk about women's suffrage, but what about dogs and their right to vote?
yeah, I think about it. We still haven't come out of that dog recession. People always think about the 2008 recession for humans, right?
Yeah.
Um, and George's flaw, I would say, was he didn't think about the 2008 recession. He was thinking about the dog recession, but now it's like the dog recession never ended. You know,
Yeah, it's been receded. It has been receded for quite some time now.
dogs
So
all
sad.
over. Can't vote. They're stuck in a recession.
Well, the thing is, I mean, like, why can't they vote yet? It's just it just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
They're they're what they think is important too.
Yeah, and they're
We
not.
let
Think about
we
the
let
number of dog
idiots.
houses that have been constructed. It's gone down. The number.
Well, yeah, they don't have as much buying power because all the human lobbyists are lobbying for human stuff.
It's pretty sad. And they even if they wanted to vote for change, they can't. No vote.
Can't vote, the dogs.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad.
Even if they wanted to put together like a motion to bark, impossible. No motion to bark. There's no representation.
No, there's definitely not equal representation, and we're long. I believe that women got the right to vote, didn't they?
They did.
'Twas less than 100 years ago. Am I correct?
Yeah. About that. It might be a little bit less than 100, but
Was it
about
24?
100.
Did we celebrate the 100-year anniversary? I think it was 1924.
Oh. Oh, well then I guess yeah. I guess pretty much 100 years then. If it was
Yeah.
24, yeah.
Shout out to women. Because, I wonder if we'll see the first dog lawyer or the first dog to vote. We'll see. which one comes first.
They're not allowed in law school, though, either. You know, it's a pretty dire circumstance. Like, even if they wanted to practice law, they can't. The same thing with the vote.
No,
They're boxed out of all sides, you know?
they'll let them go to PA school, but we don't believe it's separate but equal anymore. So it's kind of strange that we're still doing that in today's time, such a progressive era.
Yeah. And the OGBYNs, you know, like some say that a dog can't be one of those. Some people are saying it.
That's not what this lady Stephanie told me.
Oh, they're practicing now. That's amazing. That's an amazing feat.
Yeah, it's below board, but they're doing it. They're testing it out. They're learning.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, if they can be doctors, then I'm thinking they're going to be lawyers here pretty soon. It'll be coming.
Yeah, they're doctors, and the thing is that it's actually the DOGBYNs. It's a new class of doctor.
Boning for them means something different.
Well, are they practicing their love or are they boning?
It could be both. I don't know. But I mean, they do love payment and bones. Like milk bones aren't necessarily the best choice for your dog, but they love them.
Yeah. Well, wolves also like bones, but they're not dogs.
Yeah. Would they even
Wolf
be able to
Blitzer.
handle like a milk bone and all the preservative? I don't even know why it's called a milk bone. It doesn't have milk in it, as far as I know.
Just dog candy, basically.
I feel like a wolf would
But
get
wolf,
sick.
yeah.
Wouldn't be
Well,
used to
the
it.
wolf could probably be okay. Because the wolf, they can eat rotten food.
What about the preservatives, though? You know, like they have a stomach that's designed to eat just like the nastiest of the nasty. I wonder if it's like a reverse where like, the dogs that are domesticated, they're like they can have like all the like the fillers in that food a little bit easier. They can digest them. Not that it's good for them, but they can digest it. Versus the raw meat like that's nasty. I wonder if that would make a domesticated dog sick.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is Wolf Blitzer would chow one of those down, no problem.
100%. Or
He even sounds like a dog.
does a little bit. Or Wolfowitz.
Who's that?
I think he's like a reporter. He like recently. I think he's the one who released a book on Jeffrey Epstein. So wolves are
Hmm.
writing books now.
Yep,
About it.
that's
I'm
good.
not saying it's good to write a book about Epstein. I mean, I
Anyways,
think he was trying to say that he's bad in the book. At least I would hope. I haven't read it, so don't quote me on that. But
yeah, yeah. I don't know why Bill Clinton was on there for so long, but I will tell you the airplane. But I'll tell you, the reason it was George's fault is because whether you believe that he did the boom boom, if you believe he did that or not, he granted extraordinary powers to himself during that period, and we're seeing the repercussions of that in the modern era. So, in a way, more so if he did do the boom boom explosion thing. If he did that, if he was part of it, but either way, it's still his fault for what he did.
100%. I mean, I would say he's inflicted not only pain on like humans, all around the world, but he's also domestically too, in the Middle East. But he also has hurt dogs. Saying they're going out of business is a rude thing, and then doing nothing about it too. I would say that's an extra strike on his legacy.
Well, it's like slander, honestly. It's, depending on what he says, that the market's gonna respond.
And I think it did. I mean, look at all the dog houses that aren't being built now after he said such a thing. Dogs are going out of business. The OGBYNs, they're not making their love. Now you got OGBYNs making love everywhere, whether it's for consensual or not. It doesn't matter. George Bush gave him the clearing, said do it, do more of this, and then said dogs are going out of business, ruin the dog economy. And those are just extra things on top of all the other terrible stuff. In fact, even if somebody wanted to make a grandstand argument for like, oh, but maybe he's done some like tried to like diffuse everything else that's bad. Those are you could never remove those from his track record ever. You're sideways. I think I'm losing you though a little bit. Now you're back. You're back. I feel like this is what like the transmission from the pilot was like before George Bush ordered. I mean, before he found out that something terrible was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. So if you just play a video without switching over, will it play the audio for everyone?
Yeah, it will. It will.
Okay, I got another one. It's a short one.
Oh, I see it.
So if you think about a dog, if it were to jump in the water and you'd cut off its legs, it would be a fish. So he's even lying to the public.
Let's see what he has to say here.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Ah, man. Just lying about it. Can't believe that guy. He's basically just he's lying to the public about his beliefs, his personal beliefs. He doesn't think that. He knows that the dog is a fish. It's pretty damning. There's also a video, and I don't want to have to switch back because for some reason it's in a vulnerable state. I'm thinking like CIA is doing something weird with OBS whenever I'm switching over. But there's a video. I wish I could show it, but look it up. Someone throws a shoe at him at a conference, and he dodges.
That one's good.
Yeah, and I just think like it's pretty disrespectful after he's done all that not to let the shoe smack him in the face. We all wanted to see it, and he just had to dodge it to rub it in all of our faces that like you'll never catch me with a shoe in my face.
Yeah. Well, also you got to recognize that he dodged the first shoe and then he stood there and waited for the guy to throw the second shoe just to add insult to injury.
Yeah. If anything, it just shows, like, I think that guy has, like, I don't know if he's human. I guess is what I'm saying. Like, nobody would just stand and look at the shoe and be like, the Secret Service, hold off on the side. I'll take this guy. That's a crazy maniac, and I think he might be an alien with super hive mind reflexes. I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that video.
Yeah, that was something else, man. Something else. He could be alien. He sure does like to paint.
He also doesn't know pop culture even that well. Like there was also a clip where he said like can't get like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It's, supposed to be fool me twice, shame on me. But he doesn't even know the proper wording for it. Instead, he said, you don't get fooled again. Which is, I just say you're just messing up the quote. Like, that's not what it is. Like, he's got to
I
say
think
it
he just
right.
I think he forgot in the middle, and then he quoted a song, um, a Who song.
Yeah, just messed it up, you
That's what
know?
he did. He was like, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again."
Yeah. That guy, like, he should have said it right. You know what I mean? Like, the Who and that quote are two different things, you know? And everyone knows that. And
It,
he's
it's
not, like,
it's not the same
fooling
message,
anybody.
that's for sure. It's definitely not the same message.
Yeah, you got to say it right. You know, if I want to hear a Who song, I want to hear him say the full Who song. If he's going to say, the fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, then he's got to say it right. You know, I want to hear the full thing. I don't, it's him pretending. That's why I think he's an alien partially too, is he's basically mashing together different cultural references to try to seem like, he's a regular guy. No, I don't buy it.
Yeah, he could easily be an alien, or sometimes when he was there, he was an alien, but not all the time.
Maybe it's spliced. He's a spliced together like amalgamation. Um,
Yeah, probably. Sometimes it was his body double, sometimes it was him, sometimes it was the alien.
I also think it's kind of messed up that he kind of backstabbed his good buddy Saddam Hussein.
Oh, they were buddies.
Yeah. Well, he was friends with his dad, I guess George Bush Sr. But a family friend like that, I just think it's kind of fucked up. He probably, I bet you, Saddam was like, oh, like me and your dad, we were used to be old pals, running around and doing bad stuff. Um, and then he just backstabbed him right in the back. A family friend.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta play with your side and win, even when you have other alliances.
It's just only an alien would do that, is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even calling, like, his dad, pretty fucked up guy, but I'm not even calling his dad an alien, all right? I'm sticking to the logic here. I think he's specifically an alien, backstabbing friends, It doesn't matter if your friend is like a murderer or something. It's like, you got to stick with him.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty
you
intense.
have to. It's the rule, and also it's like especially like the fact that he didn't even stop being friends with him because he found out he's a murderer. He was like, let's continue this friendship, and then backstabbed him. At that point, if you've stayed friends with him after finding out he's a murderer, I want to rephrase what I'm saying. If you find out that someone's a murderer and you stop being friends with them, good for you. But if you find out they're a murderer, stay friends with them for 5 more years, and then backstab the person. That's just a fucked up thing. So I guess what I'm saying is he should have stayed friends with them.
Yeah, dude, politics is a game of chess, but also a game of checkers.
Some might even say it's a lot like water polo.
Oh, a lot of dirty shit happening underneath the surface.
Yeah, someone might be pissing and you wouldn't know it. And then someone like, someone in confidence, the person tells someone, I just pissed in the pool. And the person, he also is pissing, by the way. It's just not like they're not pissing, but they point and they say, he's a pisser, he's a pool pisser. Yeah, basically
Uh,
announces it in front of everyone. It's,
yeah, that's great. That's great.
yeah.
In water polo, like the referees are standing out of the water and they can't see what you're doing under the water. So there's like a lot of times where people will like grab the opposing player's swim trunks and like drag them underwater, or they'll punch somebody underwater, or they'll kick them. You knew this?
Damn, no, I didn't know how common. I mean, I assume that makes sense that it could happen, but that's
No,
wow.
no, it's part of the game. You learn to kick and you learn to dodge, and it's like they can't see under the water, right? Because like with all the splashing, the surface gets blocked visually, and the ref can't see a lot of that shit.
You know, what might even be super strategic is because you might have to be kind of on the sly a little bit, right? You got to be aware that the water might be calm in a certain instance, and you got to make sure that you're being sly about it. What if someone had an ink packet in their pocket and just squeezed it and like an octopus? You know, an octopus like clouds the water so that the enemy can't see. That's a
Yeah.
strategy, and then no one's seeing anything. You
Then you
can
get disqualified for the ink.
you probably would. But what if it's not you? What if you say, I don't know who did that? I was him. He did it.
The
It's like
game gets
the
paused.
pisser.
The game gets paused.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, in the
If there's an
meantime, you can like for a
for a
brief
second or
moment.
two.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have some time to like, especially if like you trip him in the water and he falls into the ink. You just someone strangles him under
Oh
the
yeah.
ink
Just for a
water.
second?
Yeah, just for a
Yeah.
second. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
or be
So he's
like,
okay after.
yeah, but or maybe like he falls in the water and you say, "Oh, he's drowning," and you dive down into the ink, and then it's too late. You come up, you say, "It's
Oh.
too late. I couldn't grab him." Yeah, I couldn't find
But
him.
you were under there for a couple minutes.
Yeah, and you'll say the ink. I couldn't. Oh, I couldn't see in the ink. You even come up with like with bloodshot eyes. You go, "I tried to open. I couldn't. I couldn't
Uh,
do it." And
yeah, that's the way you can kill somebody on the other team.
yeah, yeah, it's diversion tactics.
Yeah.
It's all diversion.
Oh, the ink. Yeah.
And if you think about it, like maybe it's not as realistic in like a real water polo match. Some professional players might be thinking, but if you transcribe water polo to the game of politics, like we were saying, that's fair game.
Oh yeah.
And the ref might even be like, fair play.
Yeah, what ref?
Yeah, what ref? Yeah. It's just some guy.
The-
It's not even a referee. It's just a spectator who's like, good. Pull him out of the
It's just
pool.
yeah. Well, you could say that the referee is the US Constitution.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Or the unitary executive theory, that was a favorite of George Bush. Maybe that's more like the ink. Maybe that's the ink that he uses.
Oh, George uses the ink?
Yeah, yeah. I'm liking that analogy. He's the one who like popped the ink capsule, and that was maybe the unitary executive theory, just clouding the water a little bit.
Yeah, he did it. He's people should be pointing the finger at George Bush, not at anybody else.
We also got to think though about the guy Dick Cheney.
Oh, well,
Dick's
yeah,
even
of
in the
course.
name, like it's right there in front of us, Dick.
But yeah, pointing to those two guys.
I think they used to call him Tricky Dicky, even. You know? Like the little player name. Imagine that on the water polo team. Bring out
Well,
Tricky
I
Dicky.
imagine well, Tricky Dicky, he was actually the referee and he was getting paid off.
Ah. I like that. Imagine that guy wearing a ref outfit. It's pretty scary.
Yeah, it's extra, extra large. And he's really old. But check this out. George pops in with the ink, 2 minutes, he comes back up. My eyes, I couldn't find him. Um, Everyone looks at Tricky Dicky, and then he says, "Okay, everyone back in the pool." And then they just keep playing, and there's a dead body floating in the pool. And that was the first waterboarding that he did.
Yeah. The only unfortunate thing for him is like he can't actually sign. Like in real life, he was able to sign the waterboarding device
Yeah.
with his name, but unfortunately, he can't sign the pool. I mean, he might be able to etch his name on um,
Yeah.
the side of it.
Yeah, he fell inside the pool.
With all the ink and I mean, I'm assuming blood at this point. I mean, they're not even removing it; it just stays in the pool
Yeah.
for decades to
It's
come.
fine. It's fine.
It's good. It's good. Is what they say. I would never say that, but
It's good. It's great.
we love it. I let my tea sit for a little bit too long. It ruins the flavor a
Yeah.
little bit. This is kind of like
Yep.
what the water would look. I don't want to spill, but that's what the water would
We
look
can't see
like.
it.
No. Oh
Oh,
no
there we
no.
go.
Wait.
Just barely. There you go.
Yeah yeah. You get a little hint.
Nice.
Looks like that.
Yeah. Real dirty water.
Yeah.
Muddy.
Especially because the ink has like dispersed, all throughout the water, and then you have like a little bit of like blood and like there's throw up from like some of the players who just weren't expecting such a brutal match. Um, it's nasty pool water. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was that really did that really end in 2007? When did George end?
Um, I think it was 2007. Yeah, because 2008. I think that's when
It
Obama
was
was
it was
elected.
from George to Obama. Did it really go like that?
Yeah, it was. It
Oh,
passed on
geez.
from double term Bush, to double term Obama.
Damn, dude. He was just there basically.
He was.
Less
And
than 20 years ago.
2008 crash. It's crazy. Right before that year, passes it on. It's almost like a shit potato, throwing it before before it explodes. He's
No,
taking a
no, he didn't
nasty one in the bathroom and
he,
then getting the
he,
hell out of there.
he didn't throw it. He left it there and somebody else had to grab it before it exploded. Like
Yeah.
somebody had to, right? Like they strategically knew like this is a piece of shit potato and if I eat this I'm gonna get really sick. But they still grabbed onto it, you know?
Yeah. Even I mean, no one probably saw it. Like, all you'd have to do is look at the hands. I think people never think about that. Whenever there's maybe the hot potato, the shit potato can be turned into a bathroom analogy. Someone has left a massive shit in the bathroom. They couldn't even flush it. You can tell they tried, but it just didn't go down. Toilet paper, shit smeared all over the walls. You got to look at the hands.
The hands of who?
The people, the person who left that bathroom. I mean, you can see him walk out probably of the bathroom. That's one indicator. But then you can say, "Show me the hands."
And what are you gonna see?
Probably poop on him. That's what
Mhm.
I'm expecting. And maybe they were smart and they tried to wipe it off with the toilet paper. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's 100% foolproof, but you can see, to a certain degree, possibly. There's going to be residue no matter what. A mess like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know if we ever figured out who's gonna be that guy in the bathroom in the movie that we're writing.
I don't even think we have that scene in right now. We need to add it because yeah, maybe it's in. It might be in there.
I
We
think
didn't
it's
write very
somewhere
much
on the
about it.
paper, but the whole idea is that someone goes into the stall and it's destroyed, and as they're coming out, a new person enters the bathroom, and they think that the other guy did it, but he had just discovered it and he was leaving the stall. He can't handle it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they get into argument. You did this. I didn't do it. It was like that when I came in. It smells horrible. And I saw you walking out of that door. Why were you in there? I just needed to use the toilet. Okay. But then I found it like this.
I like the
I
idea of
don't
if
believe you.
somebody. I wonder in a social situation like that. I feel like one instinct would be to run,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? to run away from the confrontation because that would be such a bad scenario. That would, and then what would the guy do? Then he wouldn't be able to use the bathroom. He'd probably just
Well, yeah, he's still got to rush to the next bathroom.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe my character goes there, and then like when you are left at the park, and then I would go just use the bathroom.
I like that. I like that idea, especially because your character is kind of the very like particular. Like he doesn't he could never accept such a mess, and the
Yeah,
blame
yeah,
being
yeah.
put on him out of the question. So yeah, I can see that. I like it.
I know you did it. I didn't do it. Yeah, and then we gotta see how um like in that little sound clip I sent you of like one of the scenes with the music score behind it. It was a pretty charactery delivery, and then gonna see like how how cartoonish to go with the voices.
I like the voice that you did. It felt like very like it sounded like someone who was just like impassioned in like a monologue. I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think for like especially like the argument scenes and anything like that, it's going to be really good. It could the bathroom scene could even be the precipice for the ultimate argument. Like maybe I
Oh,
walk
maybe I
into the
start
bathroom.
yelling to the guy. Maybe so I go start yelling about my ex-wife or something in the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. And how yeah, maybe it reminds you cuz she used to blame you for like a disgusting bathroom or something. It goes back to some time where there was a bathroom argument.
I haven't had someone. Yeah, maybe something. But yeah, so then it's like I'm in the bathroom, and then I don't know why I go back to find you.
Oh, cuz we can still have you see me getting arrested and you at the end of the day you're like, you step up. You can't let your friend go away like this. Um we could even have it be that the argument starts in the bathroom cuz maybe I walk in, find you, blame you for the mess in the bathroom, and then argument starts from there. I accuse you. I'm like, I know you did this. You're like, no, I didn't. We walk out. Then it starts getting into the heated debate about like, the Cheetos. I'm like stress eating Cheetos. You get mad about the Cheetos, and it just spirals from there into like your wife, your ex-wife, and like the Cheeto mascot.
Wait, it's you? I thought it was some random dude in the bathroom.
I was saying it could be. It could be. That's
Okay,
how
yeah, yeah.
that's how the argument starts. It like is like the it's like the what do you call that? The spark, the first spark that's fired, and then it blows up into a whole thing.
Yeah, it could maybe also like the guy in the bathroom leads on that he's like, this is the weirdest day ever. First, I see a a a, a guy eating Cheetos get arrested by a police officer, and now I come into the bathroom and someone's lying about destroying the toilet. This is this is just the craziest day. And maybe he like starts to break down, and I just like, oh shit, I gotta go, like save my friend, like kind of thing.
Oh, because yeah, you know about I guess the Cheeto police in
I
this
knew that.
universe. So maybe you're like, wait, who? It's like I don't know, some guy. He was covered in like cheddar dust or something. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what this world's coming to. He's just like, yeah.
Yeah, I saw him crying, and then a police officer cuffed him and trampled his Cheetos.
Yeah, yeah.
So weird, man. And I'm like, oh shit. Did the guy have a blah 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 blah? Yeah, yeah, okay. I want you before I leave, I want you to admit that it wasn't me who did this to the bathroom. No, I won't do it. And then I just like, I don't know, hit him and then leave.
It's something like, someone's, I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Oh, like force his head towards the toilet.
Yeah. I didn't do this like someone does with a dog. It's like someone's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Hey," except instead of he turns it around. You did this.
Or like I'd pull out like a clearly fake cardboard knife, and I like start to, and he's like, "What do you do? What are you doing with that?" What are you doing with that? I didn't do it. It cuts to that guy later that night. I could clearly, then he's writing in his diary. I can clearly see this man believed believe he deserved to be in an insane asylum, so I just let him leave. But I know he did it.
Were we also gonna have? We were gonna have like people later in the film start pointing and being like, "That's the toilet destroyer" or something. There might even be a
Yeah,
poster
yeah.
like, "This man ruins toilets." Like,
Oh yeah. There should be like something posted on like a telephone pole that we find, and I'm like, I see it, and I'm pissed off.
yeah. It wasn't me. Maybe that's even included in the argument. Maybe I'm like, and I'd say like, and you know what? I think it was you who did that to that toilet. And then you're like, no, don't you dare say that. They're right about you. You did.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, I forgot. I always forget to check not that there's ever anybody. No, there's no one watching. There's just that one viewer, which I think is just not real.
Yeah, not real.
I always like to check though. You never know.
Yeah. Check.
I feel like we
Check,
scared
check.
everyone away with the first episode.
What was our first episode?
The one with
This is Japanese music.
Yeah, this is Japanese music. I think it intimidated people, I think, a little bit. And I think word spread. I think just kind of like how toilet rumors spread. I think the rumor of the Japanese music has spread across the whole platform. At least that's what I imagine.
Yeah, seems right to me.
I mean, the most active person we've had recently, I think, was that art dealer.
Yeah.
Which could have been a drug dealer,
Yeah.
too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anybody could be a drug dealer.
The art dealer unfollowed us on Instagram, too. So,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, I think they really were they were an art dealer. That was what they were, that was their core intention was
Yeah,
to
we could
sell
message
us.
him. But we saw you unfollowed us on Instagram.
They're still
So we're
following
not
us. Our
gonna do
follower account. Oh, wait a minute. Now there's someone in the chat. Wait, who? See, it's another bot. It's a bot who sells like view bots and things. At least that was a real person, the art dealer. At least actually stayed and interacted, like stated their favorite food, even if it was for the intention of selling us art or possibly maybe even drugs. I don't know how clean this person is.
Like I
But-
said, anybody could be a drug dealer.
Yeah. And I think they were. I think that's why they unfollowed us. I think that, yeah. Not that there's anything
Yeah.
wrong with, like, being, Hey, you got to make money sometimes, is what I always say. But to be a double backstabbing art dealer that sells drugs on the side, I think is just a little bit too much.
Too much. Yeah, I guess. I guess they took it too far.
I think so. I mean, they were in
Mm.
here for a while too. Like, I don't even think if I maybe that's the cornerstone of a good salesman, is to hang around, like, be like, oh, what's your favorite food? And they were a little aggressive, I have to say, at some points in that stream where they were like, oh, you're not answering, like you're not looking at like the weed, like wouldn't be looking at it for like a minute, right? And it would be like, why aren't you looking at my message or something? Like, it wasn't like that, but it
Mm.
was like very like, oh, why you didn't answer my question? And it's like, oh, it's like, what do you mean? Like, I only looked away for a little bit. Like, this is a podcast format. I'm not going to be staring at the chat 24/7. I'm gonna read it, but give me some time. I didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's something you got to recognize is if you feel something like that and you dismiss it, then all of a sudden later on someone's going to follow you on Instagram and then unfollow you, and you're going to be you're going to be hurt, but you could have stopped this from happening if you would have just stopped talking to them when you realized you didn't like them.
Yeah, well, the thing is I just thought they might have been a little bit socially awkward. That was it, and I
Uh
was like willing. I was like, this is fine. I was like, I thought they genuinely were here for the content, and then maybe were like, when they mentioned the art thing, I'll admit
I didn't
that's
even
when the
think that.
alarm bells went off in my head. I was like,
Honestly,
all right,
for a
it's
single
over.
second, there was not even a single second where I thought that they were like a genuine person.
Damn, from the
Not
get
even,
go.
not even, not even for a second.
That's crazy, damn. Yeah, cause see, I just thought they were awkward in the beginning. When they said, "Can you check out my Instagram?" and then and it was like, I make art and graphic designs. I was like, oh no. I was like, they basically, the whole lead up was to sell us their graphics, and then
Yeah,
yeah. I think they were hoping to
yeah,
follow for follow. I think that was the primary thing. They wanted a follow for follow with the added bonus of selling us on some art. I think that was the point.
yeah. Didn't happen. And yeah, man. I mean, I guess I've like been through this process of becoming friends with people over the internet and like going on dates with people over the internet. So there's like a lot of first interactions I've been having with people over text conversations. And you can tell pretty quickly, like, if you ask someone a direct question and they don't answer it, or they give you 10% of an answer and then they just start talking about something else, you're there's no chance that you're ever going to meet them in real life and that they're ever going to provide any value to you.
I mean,
And
I'm not
that was
looking for
happening.
value though. I'm just like, I was looking for somebody who just was having a good time, wanted to hang out.
Oh,
That's what this show is
well,
about.
like
It's it's
there's
just.
no okay, but these people, there's no evidence that they actually are people first and foremost and are having a good time. You can't even tell if they're a real person or if that they have any sort of positive qualities about them or if they even like are all together in the head. You like
Well, it's fine if they're not all together in the head. I don't think anybody is. I don't even think I'm all together in the head. But what I will say is this: even if someone's a little bit awkward, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. But again, when they went to hey, I make graphic designs. Come look at my stuff. I was like, all right, I get it. I get it. You're trying to sell us
yeah,
art. And then I was like, well,
yeah, and
that's
I'm
no
not
fun.
surprised.
That's that's not this isn't I don't want this to be like a business transaction between me and some one chatter and being like, well, I followed you and I followed you on Twitch. So now you have to buy something from me. It's like that. No, that's not genuine. Follow because you like the content, you know? When I follow somebody, I follow because I like what I'm seeing. I want to see more, you know? That's what it's about. At least to
Yeah.
me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I just knew they were no good. But that's fine. Oh
I like
no.
that thumbs down. That's crazy that came in there.
Okay. They were just no good. What if I say no good? It was not good. No good. Not good. No. No good. Because you could tell I don't have my hand even in frame.
Yeah. It picked up. I don't
So
like that. That's a little. I don't like it.
no.
I don't like
No
that.
good. And that was no good. And about the end of the day, that was no good. It was no good. See if I just do this, it'll do it, right?
It does. Yeah.
But maybe it thought my face was a thumb for a
A thumb
second.
that went down like this. It doesn't
But
do it on my end because I'm on desktop,
but what if I do this? Is there a sideways thumb?
no. Oh, but there is that. Oh, does it? Does it? There's no way it has that.
What do you think the right way to do it? Is it like this or like this?
I think. Let's see. I actually don't know because this you don't like. You can't get much leverage there. But I think
I think this is
usually that's how most people. I think it's
I,
instinctual. Like no one
I
like
think
has
I
a
do it like
form. They
this.
just like.
I think I do it like this. Like some people go like that and it's like very rigid. I think I just get that one sticking out. Ah, fuck off.
Is it like like that's more like a gun though? That's like if someone's like like, imagine that.
Well, like yeah, people do that or they do this. But then you have to like grab your over there and that's very uncomfortable. So I just gotta fuck you, fuck
I guess
off.
like yeah, if someone's like driving in a car and like flips someone off, maybe that for some reason that's instinctual to me because it's just like my fingers fly out, my thumb. I'm like, hey, fuck you. Not that I do that on the road. The road rage is
Uh-huh.
bad, but there's also they can't see your like I will say this. I saw even a post about this. This actually I thought I was like this is crazy. Someone said that whenever they when they're driving, they try like to do the most annoying thing possible in response, like something that would annoy them. And I think someone said that what they did was like when they drove like and somebody like tailgated them or like there was like some like thing, they'd smile like if the person they'd go because that would make them the most angry. And so
Yeah.
they started doing that to other people, which I find
Yeah,
is
that's
funny.
that's petty.
It is pretty petty. In Germany, I found this out I've known this for a little while, but they banned this because it got so bad. But in Germany, this like meaning you're crazy is like even worse than the middle finger for them. Yeah, to do this while
Yeah.
you're driving, apparently that is like the biggest
Yeah.
insult.
Well, to Germans, intelligence is important to the Germans. I found out something pretty crazy today. So in English, poison is poison. In French, it's poison. In Spanish, it's not poison, it's something else, like dangerous or something. In German, poison is gift. And you gotta think,
That's pretty that's got some like evil content like das Gift.
right, so poison is gift in German, so anyone they poisoned, maybe they just had the wrong idea of what they were doing.
Yeah, or even worse, it's like the fauna will. That's a weird. I wonder if that. I'm trying to. The fauna will not understand that we gave him. That's a little bit French. That's
It's a
not
little
very like
French.
German. That's too French. It's like
Anyways.
Yeah,
Just
the foreigner will not
Americans.
know that we gave them a
Nope,
little
still
gift.
French.
It, the,
It's it's still French, and then it was Russian.
and then it was. But German has like it's like a yeah.
Right,
So
right.
we give them thus like maybe angry. That's all it was. They will not know that we gave them a gift.
They will not know that we gave them a gift.
That sounds
They
like
will not.
Borat. Like my
They
wife.
will not know. They will not know we gave them a gift. Russian.
That even like the Russians they'd use like what is it they use like uranium or something. I can't remember. They poisoned somebody. Like they poisoned like there was someone who escaped Russia. They tracked him down in England and they poisoned him with like some old stuff from the Cold War. It was like uranium, something
Damn.
crazy.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I think one of them survived. One of the guys got poisoned, survived. Another one, I think, died. Um,
Wow. So
yeah.
there's this guy. You know about this guy who lets snakes bite him on purpose?
Oh, I think that sounds familiar. I think I've seen a guy with bugs. He like lets the different like
Oh,
bugs sting him so that
yeah, yeah.
immunity, right? Like he tries to build up immunity to it.
Yeah, so like the most so he does it with bugs too, but I think he started with snakes. Like the king cobra and the black mamba, they're like the two most venomous snakes. And he just kept getting bit by them and bit by them and bit by them. His his body created like a I think it was a they called it homogeneous immunity. Basically, even though he didn't get bit by every snake species, his body created these antibodies that would help with pretty much every poison. And so now they're creating an antidote for like a universal antidote for people that get bit by these snakes because right now there's let's say there's 100 species of like super deadly poisonous snakes. You have to identify specifically what species bit you in order to get the right antidote, or you're still going to die, right? So
Oh,
there's this identification problem and a synthesis problem because you have to make 100 different kinds. So I think he intentionally is using his body to create a natural version of a universal antidote, and now they're synthesizing that and they're making that now, the universal antidote.
that's great. That's really fantastic. That man is a sacrifice for science, or not even a sacrifice. He's still alive, I suppose. You know, but the pain, I suppose he
Oh God, yeah, it
experienced
still
the
hurts.
the pain for science.
Yeah, dude. So that's pretty wild. Um, Speaking of poison, or gift. I don't know how to do a German accent that doesn't sound like he's a little sissy fashion guy from Prague or something, or from
That's
Milan.
that's my go-to too. I have like I don't even know if I do a good like angry German. That's just like you just like scream and try to sound a foreign. It's kind of like I don't really think I have like any system down for that. But like my go-to like German like just talking is kind of like it's a yeah. It's so it's very good that we gave das gift to you. It's very good. I don't know. See, like it turns into Borat so easily too. It turns very
We might have to
Boratish.
watch Inglorious Bastards and see what Christoph Waltz does.
Yeah,
Did you ever see that movie?
I did. It's been a while, but I have seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen it. Are you a fan of Tarantino's movies?
I am like Pulp Fiction, and they also have what was it something dogs
Reservoir Dogs,
Reservoir
Kill Bill,
Dogs. Yeah,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Django. I'm a big fan of Django. Haven't seen Kill Bill.
Kill Bill's good.
Yeah, he made Hateful Eight,
I have not seen
and
that yet.
oh, okay. You saw Django though?
I did. I did.
Yeah, that one's pretty crazy. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, Tarantino, Pulp Fiction. What were we saying? What were you saying right before Tarantino? Oh, German. Yeah,
Hmm.
Christoph Waltz. Yeah, he's good. He's good. The German, very German. The the schnitzel. The come to the German to the schnitzel, and he's very bad. He's
That one sounds
German.
like almost like it has like maybe not Russian but like Eastern
He's
Bloc
German.
kind of for
He's
some reason.
German. German. He's a schnitzel. The f- this this man. He's in the toilet. I don't even know if they say toilet. Like the word choice is equally as important as the shitter. German.
Certain like vowels too aren't pronounced.
Shit. He shit in the he shit in the toilet and lied about it. Shit.
That's still it gives Eastern Bloc to me
I,
for
s-
some reason. I don't know
I don't
what
even know what that
country.
is. I don't know what Eastern Bloc.
It's like a whole ton of them. Like you have like I guess Poland I guess yeah counts like Eastern like you also
Shit.
got the
Shit.
Baltic states. You've got
But it's close to Russian, basically, is what you're saying.
close to Russian, yeah, but like not quite Russian, like
Shit.
something
Shit.
else.
Shit. This is shit. The shithead.
Something Slavic, I guess, like something a
The
little
shit.
bit Slav, but
The
not like
shithead. The shithead shit in the toilet, and he lied. Yeah, it's alt Russian. The German, the Germans. The Germans, they did this. The Germans, they put the sauerkraut into the sausages.
that sounds bad actually. So, like sauerkraut and sausages, I would not want to have,
They have that. They put that on their hot dogs, sauerkraut.
but not inside. I wouldn't want it like cooked inside of the sausage. Like I just when you said that, I imagine like they take like the outside of the sausage and they shroom up with like sauerkraut in there, and then they. I don't think
Yeah, maybe they do.
I wouldn't like it. I mean I don't know. I haven't tried it, so maybe it would be good. But I don't like the idea of it in my head. Um doesn't sound good.
He makes me sick.
It would make me
Yeah,
sick.
dude.
Maybe.
Yeah, how to do a German accent? You think ChatGPT can tell me?
I don't know. It might be able to give you some kind of instruction,
Mm, mm,
but like almost. I know
What?
there's a lot of yaws. Like ja,
z-
das ist gut. Das ist gut.
What? What? What did? I don't know. Das ist gut. Struggles. Schlitzen. Yeah, they didn't give me any good advice. They just said all F's are V's.
It's a toss up with
Buckle.
ChatGPT too because you know what I've noticed? If it doesn't know
What?
something, it'll gaslight you. Like it actually gaslights you, and you'll be like,
Yeah.
it'll be like,
No, this didn't
I can
happen.
do this. I know exactly what this is, and then it'll say something just outrageous, and you'll be like, no, I'm sorry, that's not it, and it's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're right, I was wrong, and then it's like it just like it gaslights you further and further. I don't know.
Yeah. I saw this thing, the guy Sam who made it, he said to investors, we don't know, we don't currently have a model to monetize ChatGPT. Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, we don't currently have a model for how we're going to monetize ChatGPT, and we've told that to our investors. but at some certain time, we've programmed ChatGPT to tell us how to monetize once we get to a certain market share. So basically, the investors who invested in it don't have an exit strategy. It's not making money. They haven't made any money yet.
Damn. I mean, I know it
So
wasn't like making money, especially just because it's like a lot of the stuff too. The open AI, it's all open source. Um,
exactly.
it's yeah. I don't know. I think it's like it's crazy to me that they're putting so much trust in it too, like to make a decision like that right now. I think it'll get better. Absolutely, it's gonna keep improving. But I think right now, man, it gaslights you. If it can't do something, it'll tell you it can, because that's the only option for it. It will not say no. If you ask it, can you do this? It will always say yes. It's like the movie Yes Man. It's like if Yes Man was an AI, that's what ChatGPT is.
Yeah, ChatGPT is yes man. Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I almost want
Jim
like if, my ideal like if someone was like, what kind of like AI would you want? I'd want one with a little bit of attitude. I'll be honest. I want one that like,
they have that.
but I don't want it to be like a bullshit version. I want it to be a version that is I'll like upload something and it'll just critique it the hell out of it. And it'll just say like, "No, this is bullshit. This is bad. That's not funny. This isn't good." I want a brutalistic version of it, you know? It's like, "Oh, can you analyze this?" "No, I can't." What do you think I am, huh? You think I can do that yet? No. Wait 5 years, idiot.
Yeah, there's definitely limitations in there a lot. There it is incomplete and yet it is positing itself as complete.
I will be looking forward though to the like the asshole AI, but it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's not that it's just like an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. It's an asshole in a way where it's not afraid to be like, "Nah, sorry. That's bad. Don't like what? Don't like that." And it just tells me to my face is to like that cover letter stinks. That essay stinks. There's stank on that. Get rid of this.
Yeah, do you want that because you think it'll make you better?
Well, at least then I'm getting like some quality feedback, and it can like list a ton of stuff to be like, that's why this is not good. That's why you should cut this. And it cites
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, and it like is just calls me a name or something. You know, it's like, you're an idiot. How could you not have known all this stuff? And I'll be like, I didn't know. True.
Yeah. That's pretty aggressive. But yeah, you want to be more informed, and then that'd be kind of a funny way to be informed.
Yeah, it would, especially because like everyone's like, AI is servicing us. It's like, nah, I want mine to be a little bit New Yorker, have some New Yorker twang on him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
He'll still
told
give
you.
compliments if I do something like correct, and if they're like, this is formatted really well. And, but you're being a little bit of a dumbass towards the
Stop being
conclusion here.
retarded.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
says that.
you're being
Yeah.
retarded, dude. Don't you know about the local laws around here? You can't be doing this kind of shit on your resume. Retard.
Hey, look at this formatting. What are you? Brain dead since the age of 2? Even
Hey,
the local.
my 2-year-old dog could have written something better than this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want.
I remember when I was born. I wrote my first book when I was 6 months old. You hear that? How old are you?
You bring
Can't even answer a damn question.
you bring in an expense report to me that looks like this. I'd say you're just about goddamn illiterate. I'd say get out of my fucking office and I'd push you off the 5th floor. I bet you don't even work on the 5th floor because you're not that important in the company. Get out of here.
How many floors are there?
That's a good question. I guess if it's in New York, it's got to be a
I'm
pretty high
so
building.
important. Yeah.
Maybe like 20.
I don't need no floor. I don't work on the floor. I'm too important. You're on the second floor.
I work at home. That's how much I make. I go home and I never come to the office. And whenever someone calls me and tells me there's a problem, I say, fuck you, fix it yourself. And I go back to bed.
Why is he sleeping in a bed?
I don't know. He just sleeps. He sleeps and he yells at people. That's like
I just I just like to be in a bed. I don't need to sleep, but I do it anyways.
that's even better. He never sleeps. I never sleep. In fact, I don't even I sit on a bed frame. I don't even have a mattress. Who the fuck needs one of those? Weaklings like you who work on the bottom floor. Every executive I promote at this company sleeps on a bed frame. No mattress.
No mattress, no problem. I don't sleep. I work all day. Drink martinis. You suck.
I bet you can't even afford the watered down beer that I buy on a nightly basis. I buy it from
I drink it
a
down.
special supplier.
My supplier, he waters it down for me, especially for me. I'm that kind of guy, okay? You're the kind of guy, you buy beer and you can't even finish it. I'm sick. I'm sick of people like you.
I get my water filtered through crystals brought in from Japan. You can't even afford one of those.
You don't even know what Japan is, my guy.
I drink sparkling water, which is why I'm always burping. Me and my boys are always burping. You can't even afford to have $1,000 burp.
I bet you don't even know how to swallow.
That's how I got here.
When my wife, she said, "You know, honey, I can get pregnant if you put it in my esophagus." I said, "I don't believe ya. Honey, let's try it out." She left me that night. It was sad. It was a bad night. But she still got pregnant, my guy. I came in the soda water she was drinking.
It definitely wasn't, the fitness instructor that comes over every Sunday night. Definitely
It wasn't
was.
Guillermo. It wasn't that guy.
Trust me, I would know. I got cameras in the house everywhere. I'm always
Everywhere
watching.
but I got a camera in her nose.
That way, I always know.
No way the fitness instructor put nothing near her nose without me knowing about it.
Other than that, I don't really care. As long as nothing's going in her mouth and nothing is going in her nose, it's fine with me.
Any other hole is totally fine with me. You, on the other hand, you couldn't afford to get a camera for your girl. You don't even know what a girl is, man.
My lady's got 5 titties instead of 2, and I paid for
She
every
got five
goddamn
titties.
one.
She had 2, got rid of them, added 5. I'm that kind of guy. You're not that kind of guy, Ricky.
Talk about a BBL. I'm talking about a DDL. That's what I'm doing. All right.
I don't want to know what that is, my guy.
That's a Dick Tuck Lodge. Dick Duck Lodge.
Oh, you put that on your lady?
That's right. Installation in the back. That's
Oh,
what I'm all
damn.
about. You know, what can I say?
5 tits, 1 dick on the backside. That's the kind of girl I like.
That's right. That's any man's dream, you know? Also, protects
And
whenever the fitness instructor comes over, you know? He ever tries hitting it from the back, bam, it's got him.
he's getting hit from her back.
If he ever tries anything, he
And
starts
plus,
going
she
a little
can't.
too low, he's going to get slapped. I don't even have to do
He's
anything,
gonna
you
get
know?
slapped by that. That's my self-defense. But you, on the other hand, you don't even know what a fitness instructor is. You don't even know what fitness is. You go home, you eat your frozen pizza, and you're out like a potato. Me, on the other hand, my wife, dick on her ass, 5 tits. You, on the other hand, no tits.
You know, when we have, our kids, we got 5 food supplies. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Right there on the back.
5 tits. Oh, on the back. Whoa.
That's right. 2 in the front, 5 in the back, you know? Carry 2 in the front, have a little backpack with 5 of those little fuckers all scattered around there, sucking.
Hey, Terrence, if I'm doing my maths correct, 5 in the back, 2 in the front is 7.
That's right.
I thought she had 5.
Nah.
7 is too much.
You know, sometimes what am I gonna say? You know, she can support more weight on her back than she can on the front. You know what I'm saying there?
So, I'm sorry that it took so long to answer, but what was your question again?
I'm just talking about the fitness instructor and
No, it's the
gotta
guy.
protect
The
the.
guy, he's using the AI to learn about something about he wanted to work in a kind of an office or something. He
Uh,
asked us for help, and now we're talking about his wife.
that's right. You know, I forgot about that guy. Fuck that guy. He'll never have a 7-titted wife with a DDL right on the back. You know, never will have one of those. Get him out of here.
Nah.
He's fired.
Oh, no help on the report. Okay.
And
Alrighty
that's the
then.
AI that I want. That's the AI that I want.
That's good. That's great.
I'd like it though if he didn't make fun of my wife though. Maybe that would. I
Oh,
don't know
he
if
was
that would
mostly
go
talking
over
about his
well.
wife.
True, he was
He
talking
was
about
mainly
his wife.
talking about his wife. But he said you'll never get this.
True.
My wife. My wife, my wife. She's 7 tits. 7 tits on her ass. So good. So good. My wife? I'm talking about my wife.
I wonder what that would look like in AI terms. Because now there's like a 7-titted wife with a DDL on the back somewhere out there. It implies the existence of one.
I guess anything implies the existence of the thing that's being talked about.
The only question is, would it be true? Would AI at that point be advanced enough to create its own 7-titted wife with the DDL on the back?
Yes.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot. And for anybody watching, not that I don't know if anyone's going to see this, but I'm not talking about a BBL. I'm talking about a DDL. If someone comes in early or somehow ends up on this part but doesn't see what a DDL is, and no, I will not explain it for anybody who's curious. It just is something that exists.
On the back only.
Only on the back, never on the
It's a
front.
DDLB, my guy. All right, let's wrap this guy up.
All right. We will see you guys in the next one.
Yep.
May your boss not fire you for not having a 7-tittied wife with the DDL on the side.